What if I told you that your prayer, right now, in this very moment, could bring comfort to a soul who died 100 years ago? It sounds impossible. A paradox that breaks the laws of time. Yet, for one of the most revered mystics of the 20th century, this wasn't a paradox. It was a daily reality. Padre Pio lived with one foot in our world and one in eternity. And he left us with a staggering revelation. The love you show today can rewrite a soul's yesterday. This isn't just a comforting thought. It's a key to understanding the true power you hold every time you pray. To understand this secret, you first have to understand the man. Francesco Forgione, known to the world as Padre Pio, was not an ordinary priest. From a young age, he was marked by the supernatural. He bore the stigmata, the wounds of Christ. For 50 years, he could bilocate, appearing in 2 places at once. He could read the hearts of penitents in the confessional, revealing sins they had long forgotten. For him, the veil between heaven, earth, and purgatory was paper thin. Angels were his companions, and souls from the other side were frequent visitors. This wasn't a man who theorized about the afterlife. He was a man who witnessed it. And if you're finding this story compelling, consider subscribing. We explore these profound mysteries every week, and you won't want to miss what's next. One evening, while praying alone in the monastery's guest house, Padre Pio was startled by the presence of an old man sitting by the fireplace. The man's face was etched with a deep sadness. Pio, unafraid, asked him who he was and what he wanted. "I am Pietro di Mauro," the man said, his voice like rustling leaves. "I died in a fire in this very monastery on October 5th, 1908. He explained that he was still in purgatory, completing his purification for a lack of vigilance during his time as a caretaker. He had a simple, desperate request. "I need a single holy mass to be offered for my soul, so that I may finally enter paradise." Padre Pio promised he would offer mass for him the very next morning. The soul thanked him and vanished. This wasn't a ghost story. For Pio, it was a confirmation of a sacred duty. The next day, a shaken but determined Padre Pio shared the story with his superior. He wanted to verify it. After some searching through the town's records, they found it. A record of a man named Pietro di Mauro who had indeed died in a fire at the monastery, on that exact date, years before Padre Pio had even arrived there. The story was true. The soul was real. And the prayer offered that morning was his ticket to heaven. This event, one of many, cemented in Padre Pio's mind the tangible connection between our world and the next. The souls in purgatory are not distant memories. They are family members waiting for our help. So, how can a prayer today help Pietro di Mauro, who died in 1908? This is where we must try to imagine God's perspective. We experience time as a straight line. The past is gone, the future is not yet here, and we live in a fleeting present. But God is not bound by time. He is the author of it. For God, all of history, from the first moment of creation to the very last, exists in a single, eternal now. Think of it this way. You watch a parade pass by, seeing one float at a time. But someone on top of a skyscraper sees the entire parade at once, the beginning, the middle, and the end. God is on the skyscraper. He sees your great-great-grandmother's birth, your childhood, and your prayer today, all in the same instant. This is the key that unlocks the paradox. When you pray for a soul who died in the past, you are not sending a message back in time like a science fiction movie. You are offering a gift of love and grace to the God who is times outside times of time. God, in His eternal present, sees your future prayer. And He can apply the merits of that prayer to the soul at the very moment they need it most, the moment of their judgment or their purification in purgatory. So, your prayer today could have been the very grace that comforted your ancestor in 1924. From their perspective, the help arrived right on time. From God's perspective, your love and their need were met in the same eternal moment. Time is no barrier to God's mercy. The Church calls this beautiful reality the communion of saints. It's the belief that all of God's children, those on earth, the Church militant, those in purgatory, the Church suffering, and those in heaven, the Church triumphant, are one family, bound by love. Within this family, there exists a treasury of merit. This isn't a literal bank, but a spiritual one. It contains the infinite merits of Jesus Christ and the superabundant prayers and good works of the Blessed Virgin Mary and all the saints. When we pray for the souls in purgatory, we are asking God to draw from this infinite treasury of grace and apply it to those who are being purified. Our small prayer becomes a key that unlocks a flood of divine mercy. Padre Pio understood this spiritual economy better than anyone. He called countless people his spiritual children, promising to pray for them and their families, living and dead. He saw it as his primary mission. He would spend hours, day and night, praying the rosary for the intentions sent to him from all over the world. He knew that each Hail Mary was not an empty word, but a spiritual currency, a powerful offering he could place before God for the conversion of sinners and the release of souls from purgatory. He didn't just believe in the power of prayer. He wielded it like a weapon against despair and a tool for salvation. For Padre Pio, the single most powerful prayer was the Holy Mass. He would often weep during its celebration, because he could physically see what was happening. He saw the sacrifice of Calvary made present. He once said that the world could sooner exist without the Son than without the Holy Mass. He believed that if people understood the value of a single Mass, there would be a stampede to attend one. Why? Because it is the prayer of Christ Himself, offered to the Father. Its merit is infinite. It was this prayer that the soul of Pietro di Mauro requested. It is this prayer that has the power, as saints have said, to empty purgatory. The Mass transcends time, connecting every altar in the world directly to the cross. A question might arise: is this fair? What about God's justice? If a person lived a mediocre life, can our prayers just erase their need for purification? This is a misunderstanding of purgatory. It's not a punishment, but a mercy. It's the process of burning away the selfish attachments and imperfections that cling to a soul, so it can enter the perfect holiness of heaven. Our prayers don't negate justice. They are an appeal to mercy that accelerates this healing process. They are like a soothing balm on a burn, a cool drink of water for the thirsty. We are not changing God's mind. We are participating in His plan of love, acting as intercessors for our family in need. So what does this mean for you today? It means you are more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Every prayer, no matter how small or distracted, has value in God's eyes. The rosary you pray while driving, the eternal rest prayer you whisper when passing a cemetery, the simple act of offering your daily frustrations for the souls in purgatory. These are not wasted efforts. You are participating in the salvation of souls. You could be the answer to a prayer uttered by a soul in 1880. You could be the final push that helps a forgotten relative finally see the face of God. This is the dignity of your Christian life, to be a co-worker with God in the mystery of salvation. There is a specific practice in the Church for those who want to take this seriously, known as the heroic act of charity. It's a simple vowed, private prayer where you offer to God all the satisfactory merits of your good works during your life, and also all the merits that might be applied to you after your death, for the benefit of the souls in purgatory. You essentially turn over your spiritual bank account to the Blessed Mother to distribute to the souls most in need. It's called heroic because you are entrusting your own purification entirely to God's mercy, holding nothing back for yourself. It is an ultimate act of selfless love, and one that was deeply cherished by saints like Padre Pio. And do not think this love is a one-way street. The saints teach that the souls you help release from purgatory become your most powerful and grateful intercessors in heaven. They never forget the one who offered a prayer, a sacrifice, a mass that opened the gates of paradise for them. They will stand before the throne of God and pray for you, for your family, for your needs, with an intensity and love that we can only imagine. By helping them, you gain an army of friends in the highest of places. It is the most beautiful and certain spiritual investment you can ever make. The paradox is solved. Time is not a cage, but a canvas on which God paints his masterpiece of mercy. Your prayer today is a brushstroke he can place anywhere he wills. Padre Pio did not reveal this mystery to frighten us, but to empower us. He showed us that our smallest acts of love have eternal consequences. They can reach across generations, heal the past, and store up grace for the future. You are a part of this great communion of saints. Do not forget your family in purgatory. They are waiting. They are hoping. They are counting on you. What are your thoughts on this? Does this change how you view prayer? Share your reflections in the comments below. Let's continue this vital conversation.